It is 1:54 p.m. on April 11th, 2025. This is the Oregon Veterinary Medical Examining Board's public session. We've just concluded the executive session and we're back in public session. And I believe Dr. Inspector Nye, I almost elevated you to doctor today.
Oh,
Is going to go over really quickly a couple things that she found when we were updating the rule for.
that is correct. And one second. Okay.
And this is regarding the rule with fees.
That's correct.
In it that needed to be looked at prior to the meeting. So everybody yesterday took a look at these and they felt that this set up a little bit more of what we wanted to see in rules, but then there was a couple other words that Ingrid found while she was working with this that were needing to be looked at so that we're voting on those as well.
That's correct. These are complicated, and when we deal with rules, every time it seems like I get it going onto the OARD site, and then I notice something that that could have been worded better. So or something where when you actually put it into the rules language and you're seeing it complete without the redlining, it looks a little bit. I made just a couple of minor changes that I want to flag for you from what you saw yesterday and during the public session. One is right here. I initially had the inactive license fee for each renewal cycle. Or sorry, I said inactive licensees must pay the inactive license fee, and I realized that we really needed to add for each renewal cycle. So it was clear they didn't just have to pay one time. So that has been changed since yesterday.
Remind everybody the word annually was being taken out so that it didn't subject us to having to do these annually if there ever needed to be adjustment to fees in the future being done biannually or some other time frame.
Correct. And then also we have created that new rule, so the actual fee amounts are being moved, both increased as approved and then moved to the new rule that we have created. The next thing here, again, I added at each renewal cycle, just so it's clear that the applicant has to pay a renewal fee, not just one time, but at each renewal cycle. So we added that on, once again, removing that word annually and removing shall be $150 because that has been moved to the new rule. I included that there.
The fee is captured as annually in the new rule, right?
It is not. It is captured as the renewal fee and it has to be paid per renewal cycle. Yeah. And then here I also included the word set maximum rather than just saying a maximum. So it sounded less arbitrary. And I think the last change here is that with the removal of this language here, we just included prior to the expiration of a CVT license, so that it's clear that the board will reach out rather than striking that completely to, again, allow for a multiple year renewal cycle if we implement that in the future. It is clear that the board still has a responsibility to reach out prior to the expiration of the CVT license. And then the very last thing is actually all the way up at the top, which is that yesterday, when we were looking at the new rule, oh wait, I didn't add it here, but it is in the filing. It just had XXXX. I checked that particular rule number is available. So 875-005-0006 is our proposed new rule number. So it will come in the middle of that general section at the beginning of the Veterinary Practice Act administrative rule section. Any questions?
The motion for this, it will be to approve doing a new rule as well as all of those changes that Ingrid just showed with just the language with the annual and that sort of thing. Would anybody like to have Ingrid scroll up or down to look through this any further to confirm anything? Dr. Wallace, do you need to see anything more on the screen for this? Okay. Is there anything else you need from us besides
That's all I need.
the vote?
That's all. We'll just be moving it to public rulemaking. And that's all. Thank you so much.
It'd be best to just do that right now while everybody is thinking about it before going into any other types of.
That would be terrific. And I sent you the email with the numbers. Yeah.
So also move to send a new rule, OAR 875-005. I'm going to stop for 1 second, and just for the record, I'm just going to clarify too that Brian Wadika has left for the voting process for the record, the accountability. Sorry, I'll start that motion again. So I move to send a new rule, OAR 875-005-0006, and propose amendments to the following rules, which include OAR 875-010-0006, OAR 875-010-0021, OAR 875-010-0026, OAR 875-010-0031, OAR 875-010-0065, OAR 875-030-0025, OAR 875-030-0030, OAR 875-040-0010 to a public rulemaking hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Hamilton seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
We couldn't capture you.
Aye.
We have sound for Dr. Wallace?
Oh, I think Pete may have turned this one off.
Good.
We unmuted that one.
We should. You can't hear her.
She said, I agree.
Okay, so for the record, Dr. Wallace is writing in that she agrees. Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye. Motion passes to go into public roll. Thank you. Great. All right, is everybody else ready for case voting? Any other business, Director Burns, that we need to handle prior to that?
So anyone else to ask? Think we're good?
Oh, just now?
Motions?
Yeah, just a note on one of them.
Okay. If we're all set? I, Allison Lamb, move to close the following cases: 2022-0089, 2024-0082, 2024-0130, 2024-0136, 2024-0146, 2025-0005, 2025-0010, 2025-0012. Do I have a second? Second. Natalie seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
She's saying aye for the record.
Document that.
Can we document that or not?
This is-
What's going on?
Give her a second to try to get that. I mean, it's been working all day.
Needs to reset. We could try having her exit the meeting and come back in and see if that fixes it. So if we want to pause for a second. Dr. Wallace, if you can hear us, did you want to try exiting the meeting and then signing back in? Okay, terrific. I will wait to readmit.
Aldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen? Aye. Dr. Lamb? Aye.
I believe she should be back with us. Hopefully she can hear us and we can hear her.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Someone can call her, like she could be here, but if we call her cell phone and then we have her on speaker. I can call her through the app.
and we could hear her verbally, but she.
All the changes, yeah. That's just, yeah. We can do it.
This is odd because the transcript is picking up what she's saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it seems like it's almost like a speaker issue. Yeah,
Good, did we trip over something?
maybe what I'll do is go ahead and take the room out and then rejoin them with the room and see if that fixes it. So there may be a slight pause in. Speakers are working.
Dr. Wallace votes aye.
Passes. Dr. Wallace, if you want your speaker now, we just reset something in the room.
Okay, did that work?
It works.
Cool.
Gonna hang up on you then.
He did. We're good.
All right.
That's an aye, I believe.
In case 2024-0052, I, Allison Lamb, move to issue a default final order. Do I have a second?
Second.
I will take Natalie's second. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate? Aye. Dr. Lamb? Aye. Motion passes. In case 2023-0169, I, Allison Lamb, move to offer a settlement of $750 civil penalty for one violation of OAR 875-015-00302, little f, capital F, one violation of OAR 875-015-00302, little f, capital Q, and OAR 875-015-00302, little f, capital R. Do I have a second? Second. Dr. Borzick seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye. Motion passes. In case 2025-0007, I, Alex Lamb, move to offer settlement with an intern license with condition of quarterly reports with at least one supervisor with no prior board discipline. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Rinaldi seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye. Motion passes. In case 2024-0116, I, Allison Lamb, move to issue a settlement agreement with probationary license. Do I have a second? Second. Dr. Borzick seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye. Motion passes. In case 2025-0042, I, Allison Lamb, move to approve for taking a VT&E. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Hamilton seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye. Motion passes. In case 2024-0007, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case and issue a letter of education. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Rinaldi seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzick? Can you say your? Absolutely. Do you want the number again? Yes. 2024-0007. Aye. Thank you. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Motion passes. In case 2024-0046, I, Allison Lamb, move to issue a proposed total $3,500 civil penalty and cost for violations of OAR 875-015-00302 little a, OAR 875-015-00401 little b, and 6 violations of OAR 875-011-00107. Do I have a second? Natalie seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, motion passes. In case 2024-0047, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Borzak seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In 2024-0055, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Borzak seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2024-0058, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Rinaldi seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In 2024-0059, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I heard Karen's voice first for the second. Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In cases 2024-0067 A and B, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Borzak seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2024-0067C, I, Allison Lamb, move to propose a $250 civil penalty and costs for violation of OAR 875-015-00302 little a, OAR 875-015-00401 little b, for and that for $250. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Karen seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye, motion passes. In the case of 2024-0102, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second? Natalie seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2024-0104, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Dr. Rinaldi seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie? Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2024-0110, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Karen seconds. All those in favor? Sorry, my screen is doing things. Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie? Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In 2024-0150, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second? Natalie seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2025-0008, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Noted that Dr. Max Rinaldi is recused and left the room when the case was discussed in executive session. Do I have a second?
Second.
Was that Dr. Hamilton? Dr. Hamilton second. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Abstain.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb? Aye, motion passes. In cases 2025-0026A and B, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Borzak seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak?
Aye.
Natalie?
Aye.
Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2025-0014, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second?
Second.
Dr. Rinaldi seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In case 2025-0018, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second? Dr. Borzak seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. In 2020, I'm sorry, was that one 18 or 14?
18.
Okay, perfect. In case 2025-0020, I, Allison Lamb, move to close the case. Do I have a second? Second. Natalie seconds. All those in favor, Dr. Borzak? Aye. Natalie? Aye. Dr. Wallace?
Aye.
Dr. Rinaldi?
Aye.
Dr. Hamilton?
Aye.
Karen Pate?
Aye.
Dr. Lamb, aye, motion passes. That concludes our voting on cases from executive session. Director Burns, do you have anything that you want to wrap up our public session with today? Comments, concerns, questions?
Nothing official business. We got through a lot today. Again, I just want to extend my great appreciation to this board, dynamic discussions, terrific direction to staff. Really appreciate working with you all. And I'm glad we could all get together in person. It was very nice, very productive, even funny at times, which is difficult in some board meetings. So thank you all. And we'll be following up with post-board meeting actions. Anything else from staff I'm missing? All right.
Thank you.
Joanna, do you have anything? Okay, board members, anything? Leading thoughts?
Thank you to the staff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is 2:16 on April 11th, 2025. I'm adjourning our meeting. He really wants me to be like,
Yes,
there you go.
that's it. We get a photo together? Is that okay?
Yeah.
No,